All right, let's talk about what's an ideal client, right? And ideal clients are actually people and clients that you like to work with, right? And what we mean by that, clients that are actually coachable, that are open to take your advice, that are not there to challenge you every single time you're proposing them a better solution, right? And sticky clients, relational clients, clients that actually stick with you literally forever, right? Not transactional clients that are shopping for the cheapest MERs, the cheapest rate, the cheapest premiums. These types of clients come in as fast as they leave, right? And you actually want to have and work with clients that actually see you as a trusted advisor, right? And that actually pay you handsomely well for the work that you do. Guys, being a specialist has a premium to it, right? And how many times have you heard, like, I don't care how much a client generates me of revenue. I just want to help people. I just want to work with people that I like, right? Well, why not actually have both, right? Nice revenues with clients and also work with people that you truly enjoy working with. That's actually possible, guys, right? So the 80-20 rule, right? You heard about it. Why is it true for so many advisors, right? And how to actually beat it. Now let's look at the first example, a junior advisor, right? A junior advisor that starts his own book by defining his ideal client from the get-go and only adding ideal clients and not settling for just anyone and everything out there that has a pulse, right? I see so many firms that are actually teaching for junior advisors to just go after anything and everyone out there. And you know what the problem is with that? You end up by having a book of 200, 300 clients, and then that's it. You're at a bottleneck of your time. Guys, non-ideal clients just take so much more servicing time, and they're a lot less pleasable to work with, right? And let's look at the other example, a more successful advisor, right? How does he beat the 80-20 rule? Well, being at the 80-20 rule and having a process to add 1 to 2 ideal client a month. And the other way around it is that every time you're actually acquiring an ideal client, you're letting a non-ideal client go to a junior advisor. Or pretty much just, you could literally trim your whole business at that, trim your whole book of business that's with non-ideal clients, right? We have so many clients that did that actually, because right now they actually have a predictable process to grow with ideal clients. So they end up by selling off the portion of their book that are all non-ideal clients, right? And net worth is not directly correlated with defining your ideal client. And what we mean by that, like, what if nurses, right, that are non-high net worth individuals, or those that you like to work with, but you're not afraid that you won't be paid as much, right? Because sometimes we do hear that as well. Well, here's the thing, you'll actually be able to charge a premium because you're the best of the best in your niche, right, guys? And just the fact that you are the specialist of that niche, you're going to be able to acquire a lot more of that market share of that specific niche. So indirectly, you will be able to make a lot more money from that specific niche, right? And it's important to run your practice like a business. Guys, you're not just financial advisors or insurance advisors, you're entrepreneurs before anything. And you cannot not care about your revenue per client, right? You need to set a benchmark for your ideal clients and put a worth to your services, or else you'll end up by just having another 80-20 book of business like most advisors out there. Now here's the thing, if you already have an ideal client defined, then great. Now make sure that they generate you ideal client revenues, right? Some ideal client examples, high net worth medical professionals, construction business owners, senior professors at certain universities, women diversities, and those are just some examples. But if you don't have one, here's one way to start that process, right? And define what's an ideal client for you. Let's say you're at 100K in annual revenue, right? And your goal is to go get to that 200K mark in annual revenue within the next 12 months. But you also don't want to work with too many clients, and you want to keep your book of business a tight ship of only ideal clients, right? So adding about 1 to 2 ideal clients a month max. This obviously varies per advisor and how much work it takes of adding and working with ideal client. But therefore, you have to be adding about 1 to 2 ideal clients per month for about 12 months, right? So between 12 to 24 new ideal clients in order for you to make that goal happen. Therefore, each client has to generate you at least anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 of new revenue. Nothing less, right? Or else that plan won't actually make it happen. Now, with these parameters in mind, how can one define an ideal client? So ask yourself, who in society do I like to work with and can handsomely pay me well to reach these numbers, right? So for example, one of our clients, Leela West here, she had a limiting belief that rich people don't work with female advisors. And because of that limiting belief, her behavior, she was a generalist. And she would believe that rich people don't like to work with female advisors. And she was just going after literally anyone and everyone. And right now, she's actually in a position where she's primarily working with high net worth female attorneys, right? And the wrong way to define an ideal client is to actually go after high net worth individuals, ultra high net worth individuals as your niche. And I get this about 80% of my calls. Who is it exactly that you're working with? What's an ideal client for you? 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 20 million plus, right? I mean, that's not a niche, guys, right? And why? Because you're just sounding like a generalist that only want to stuff your pockets, right? That you're primarily just there to work with anyone who has money. You're not truly a specialist, right? That truly understands that particular niche's needs and desires, right? And here's the thing, the right way to do it, you gotta pick a niche where people happen to potentially be high net worth or ultra high net worth individuals, right? But not everybody maybe wants to do that. Or you could specialize your practice with also non-high net worth individuals, right? And charge higher prices or acquire a much bigger market share of that niche, right? And why is that so important? Because listen, you're gonna sound like a trusted advisor who specializes. And by working with that niche long enough, you'll end up by developing these deep insights and you'll become the best of the best, and no other generalist advisor will ever be able to compete with you, right? The same reason that you'd pay a knee surgeon a lot more than a generalist surgeon is the exact same concept. Why niching and becoming a specialist of that niche is super, super powerful, right? And on this note, I hope this was able to bring you value. Cheers.